What's happening, people? It's Lewis here from Boxing Immersed. Just letting you all know we've got some sponsorship opportunities coming up. So if you'd like to have your brand advertised here or your logo painted across our social media platforms, don't hesitate to get in touch. I'll leave my email in the description below. We've got some good projects coming up with some interesting fighters, so don't hesitate to give us a shout. Thank you.
Eubank, you know, he's the main man in the fucking gym, you know that? I'm not joking now. I was even saying that off camera, but he is the main man in the gym, big man thing. We give him the most amount of heat. Harlem, bring that heat. Can't put loads of heat on. Let's go! I swear.
Mornings will definitely go down my body shot.
He wouldn't give a shit.
What did I say?
He wouldn't give a shit.
Let's go. Right, the Eubanks have got the ring. Look at the Eubanks in the ring.
My next fight's against Daniel Egbunike, another unbeaten opponent, so it'll be a good contest. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It will be a good chance to display my skills. The amateurs for me was, you know, a quick learning process. As a kid growing up, you watch all the professional fights. It's the professionals that really draw you into the sport, the creativity they show in the ring. So for me, it was a case of how can I get there, and obviously the amateurs was the first step.
That was a nice start, bro.
I started boxing at 18, so I knew, you know, if I want to take this seriously, then I've got to learn fast. I've got to learn quicker than anyone else and make up that experience. It was a case of me just jumping in the deep end all throughout and taking fights against, you know, better opposition to improve my game.
Shine the way, Mick. Shine the way.
I think where I'm at now is a reflection of that and how I've been applying myself in the last 4 years as a professional, you know, slowly developing my craft. King of NY, baby.
You smashed it hard. Brother, take some advice, please. I beg you. Lewis, innit? I rate you, Lewis. But brother, look at this camera angle. Don't show him. I'm looking. No tips for him. No, give Lewis something. Give Lewis something. Man, I'm spent. Oh, phone drop. Drop my phone though. Why did you drop my phone like that? Why did you drop my phone like that?
Lucky it's got a case on it.
Why did you drop my phone like that? What? You drop my phone. Have a look, Lewis. No one knows this about Adam, but you know he used to be a director. He used to be a director back in the day. He's directed a couple of films. What was it? Bond? Oh, mercy, you know. Took my trainer, snapped up my trainer. Fresh, exactly. I've got fresh white sauce. I've got magic breath. Well, look at that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And you come in with your uncoordinated, bust-up self. Are you mad? Tell him something, Colin.
No, you don't want that, bro. You don't want any of them trainers on, bro.
ASOS, up and down, ASOS. Nike and ASOS.
I think you.
Hey, go on, see again, you fucking. What? Don't degrade yourself, brother Adam. Don't degrade yourself to shit jokes. You got good jokes. Don't swim up on shit jokes.
Did you hear me laugh? Did you hear me laugh? We come correct, Hayes.
Well, exactly. Haters gonna hate.
Do you think training alongside the likes of Mick Conlan and Josh Kelly has helped you improve as a fighter?
100%. You know, when you're training with them, picking up little bits, you just soak up their experience and you take parts from them and advice from them and just watch and study them, the way they move. You know, as you saw in the ring today, you know, you can just watch them do pads, watch them do little bits, and then, you know, try and recreate it yourself and add it to your game. And I've definitely absorbed experience from them in the gym as well. I've been plant-based for the last 5 years. It's probably like a 3-year process of, you know, adapting and trying out different things, and because it's hard to just cut straight away. You know, you see people try that, and it's a lot of the time it will just go in the reverse. So it's about kind of building it into a healthy lifestyle. and that can take time, you know, to learn different recipes and different foods to combine. For me, between like 18 and 21 is where I started to kind of adapt my nutrition, and at 22, you know, I'd cut out all the things that aren't, you know, vegan. Veganism might be new as a brand, but you've got Ital Rastas eating plant-based foods since the beginning of time. There's so much conflicting information. It's a case of, you know, you've got to try it for yourself, and does it work for you? And for me, it's, you know, it's been a process where at the start everyone was projecting their kind of views onto me. Oh, it's not going to work, it's not, you know, you're not going to have enough strength, all of these things. And, you know, I knew, you know, it would work for me, and if it wouldn't work for me, then I would have changed it.
Brother, the speed, son. I can't handle his speed. They can't handle Harlem Eubank's speed, son.
Everyone in boxing knows the Eubank name, Chris Eubank Senior and Junior, your uncle and cousin. Is it fair to say that fighting is in your blood?
Yeah, I would say so. The amount of us, you know, that have gone into combat, it must be flowing through the veins, you know.
Do you feel there's added pressure on your professional career because you are a Eubank?
It's definitely added pressure all throughout, since when I started, you know, boxing. You know, everyone turns up against you, even when you're learning from your first fight. Everyone, you know, wants to beat you. So it definitely adds pressure, but it also makes you better. Coming from karate, I think it's made it more difficult because you have to unlearn. You know, it's not a case of learning something fresh. It's a case of having to unlearn and then learn something completely new. But the whole stance and guard is completely different. So I would say it made it more difficult to transition to boxing. I'm very interested in, you know, philosophy, more so in applying it. Philosophy is kind of a broad thing, but, you know, I do really like seeing philosophy which can be applied, and I like seeing it be applied as well. Obviously, Chris Eubank Senior, you know, and Junior, seeing them do and achieve what they've achieved, you know, is kind of like inspirational on a level where you can see it. But then obviously fighters where they just had skill sets and attributes where you're like, how do they do that, you know? Like Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, Meldrick Taylor, like all these guys with super speed, reactions, the way they put punches together. There's so many, you know, to just fire off the top. But yeah, I would say fighters with explosiveness and creativity in the ring.
I don't think I'll get that.
Never know after that first one.
Fuck you, man. Dog ball come for you. I'm gonna beat the dog shit out of you.
I want to become the best I can be and just keep developing my skill set. I believe I can go far in boxing, but you've got to focus, you know, step by step. So my vision at the moment is, you know, 3 steps in front of me, rather than, you know, looking at the bigger picture too much. Just got to focus and stay in the gym and stay improving my craft, and I believe that mindset and, you know, taking that approach will bring me far in the boxing game.
Is world champion there though?
Definitely, for sure. I wouldn't have started boxing if that wasn't on the cards, if that wasn't, you know, one of the things I wanted to achieve.
What's happening, people? It's Lewis here from Boxing Immersed. Just letting you all know we've got some sponsorship opportunities coming up. So if you'd like to have your brand advertised here or your logo painted across our social media platforms, don't hesitate to get in touch. I'll leave my email in the description below. We've got some good projects coming up with some interesting fighters, so don't hesitate to give us a shout. Thank you.